lotus-eyed personality of Godhead is purifying for without anything. Human form of life is especially managed for one purpose, and that is the purification of the heart. Originally, we are all Krishna conscious. We are all pure lovers of God. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has explained, Nityasya Krishna Prema Satya Prabhupada, Saravana Vishnu, that pure love of God is within the heart of every living being. By chanting the names of the Lord and by associating with His devotees, this original natural tendency of loving service to the Lord is awakened. Indeed, everything we do should be for the purpose of purification alone. Therefore, we have gathered here together on this auspicious celebration of Sri Gopinath Puja for the purpose of purifying our hearts by congregation uniting to glorify the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. On this day of Gopinath Puja, which is perhaps the most celebrated of all days in Vrindavan town, millions of people from all over come to circumambulate Giriraj, Govardhan Parvat. In fact, some people, they do what is called Dandava Parikram, where they offer their full prostration, and when their hand touches the ground, they place their foot and offer another full prostration. And they continue all the way around Govardhan Hill, which is 21 kilometers. Some perform what is called the Exavat Dandavat Parikram, where they offer obeisances in 108 places, and then they take one step, and then another 108 obeisances, and then another step, and go all the way around. And there is no festival in Vrindavan where the temples are so beautifully decorated for celebration than the holy day of Gopinath. I remember in 1971, when I first came to Vrindavan, there was a very old Babaji, a very, very sincere devotee of Sri Radha Swami. And he said to me, "You have just come to Vrindavan?" I said, "Yes." He said, He said, all over India, what just we go all over the world, they consider that the people of Vrindavan are crazy. After all, we try to stay for some time and see what we are doing here. He said, the fact is, we are crazy. We are crazy for Krishna. And our goal in life is to become more and more and more and more crazy for Krishna, day after day after day. Just like a man who is haunted by a ghost is obsessed with that ghost, a devotee desires to be obsessed with devotional service to Krishna. He cannot escape the desire from loving devotion to the Lord within his heart. And then this man said to me that if you stay here, if you chant the name of Krishna, let me warn you, you will become crazy too. So I took this instruction as my life and soul. Someday, with the blessings of the Vaishnavas, I'm praying that I will become crazy for Krishna. And this is a nice day to become crazy for Krishna. What is it about this day that the Vaishnavas consider so important? Everyone by the millions is coming to worship a hill? In answer to this question, I would like to briefly narrate the story from the Srimad Bhagavatam, where the story of Gopinath is explained by Srila Swami to Maharaj Parikshit. In each and every one of the divine leelas of Sri Krishna, there are most essential messages to be understood in our life. It is explained that Balaramji, when he was 8 years old, and his younger brother, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, when he was 7 years old, they were wandering through the pasture grounds of Vrindavan, in an area which is called Judaism. And there they saw Nanda Maharaj, the father, and all of his companions organizing a very massive sacrifice. There was all sorts of foodstuffs prepared. There was all sorts of ritualistic paraphernalia. So Krishna approached his father and he inquired, "What is it that you are doing, my father? I can see you are performing a sacrifice. What do you hope to accomplish by this sacrifice? Who is it that you are trying to satisfy by this sacrifice?" After all, my dear father, one who performs rituals but does not understand what the goal of the ritual is, why he is performing the different aspects of the ritual, and who he is trying to satisfy by the ritual, such a person cannot attain success in the performance of that sacrifice. So please kindly tell me, there should be no secrets amongst us family members. So Nanda Maharaj began to explain. That we are worshipping King Indra because the rains that come from the sky are very essential to our livelihood. After all, we are Vaishyas here in the Kaur community. And if there is rains, there is grains and grass, and then the cows eat nicely and provide nice milk, and the grains grow from the ground. And in this way, there will be prosperity. So this is a very ancient tradition that our forefathers have been performing for many, many generations. Notice that Sri Krishna, who is Jagyeshwar, he is the supreme enjoyer of all sacrifices. Krishna says in Gita that any sacrifice you offer to a devata or a demigod, ultimately it is coming to me. Now this Jagyapati, the Lord of all sacrifice, he is revealing the truth of what is this performance of various rituals. Nothing should be done simply for the sake of tradition or ritual. All over the world, and very much so in India, young people are going away from their religion. They are not interested. They are studying science, technology, and they consider that religion is something very backward, very unrealistic, and very impractical. Why? Because what they have been exposed to is empty rituals. They go to the church, to the mosque, to the temple. They see even their parents at home, and so often they are performing their artis, or they are performing their mass, or they are offering their obeisances to the holy city. And they ask, why are we doing like this? For who are we trying to please? There are so many technical little details of what you are doing. What is it for? What is the scientific, philosophical explanation? Well, there is none. So they consider it is all useless, it is all empty. It is all a waste of time. I could be making money the time I'm sitting here performing this ritual, ringing this bell and offering incense to a statue. So therefore, the young generation of the world is becoming very degraded and very corrupt. They are more interested in worshiping some movie star or some singer than they are some musician, than they are worshiping the Lord or His devotees, the saints. So Krishna explains that everything we do should be done with meaning, understanding, and feeling. The rituals that we perform are means of expressing our love and devotion to the Supreme Lord. Just like today we have performed the Abhishek. To an unintelligent person, it just seems like some ritual. So what? They're taking this milk and yogurt, ghee, and putting it on top of a statue. Better they give it to me. I will enjoy it. Or feed the poor with it. Actually, Krishna is so kind that after you bathe him, he still gives it to you unto the poor. Why are they spending so much time, so much money, so much energy in this ritual? Because we understand that Krishna is a person. And Krishna has transcendental senses. Just as you have senses. Man is made in the image of God. We are all part and parcel of God. We all have the same qualities as Krishna, but in a minute proportion. Anandamayo Dasha. We are all pleasure-seeking. Why are we pleasure-seeking? Because we are part of Lord Ram, who is the reservoir of all pleasure. And the constitutional position of our senses is to give pleasure to the master of senses, Rishikesh, Sri Krishna. The purpose of a part is to give service to the whole. Each part of the body, the hands, the legs, the mouth, gives service to the whole body. If they try to enjoy independently, they must suffer, and they must die. So therefore, the real pleasure of our own senses can only be truly experienced when we learn how to unite our devotional sentiments to the Krishna. Everyone has devotional sentiments. Some are devoted to money, some are devoted to job, some are devoted to name and fame, some are devoted to family members or friends or nation or to some philanthropic cause. If we simply dovetail that natural propensity for devotion to the supreme object of devotion, or Krishna, then we experience real pleasure, real joy of life. So Krishna was telling Nanda Maharaj that I want to know exactly why you are performing this sacrifice, what the sacrifice is, and who it is for, and what you will accomplish by doing so. In fact, really, when we approach any ritual or any religious performance in life, we should also very, very deeply understand these concepts. That is the purpose of Guru and Sadhu. To make these rituals alive. An opportunity to express your bhakti, your devotion, your desire to love and to serve the Lord. You may have no love, but this is an opportunity to show the Lord that you want to love Him, that you want to serve Him. So Nanda Maharaj, after explaining that this was a ritual meant for King Indra, Lord Shri Krishna replied by explaining that, my dear father, the laws of karma are such that you get the result of whatever you do. As you sow, so shall you reap. For every action, there is an equal corresponding reaction. So if you are doing good work, you will get good results. What does Indra have to do with it? The gods and the Supreme God, he said, they are all bound to simply fulfill whatever your good or bad activities are meant to reap. So therefore, just do good work. Work is worship. Forget God. Forget the gods. Krishna was personally taking this position of an atheist. God becomes an atheist sometimes. But when God becomes an atheist, he's the best atheist. Even the greatest theists cannot defeat him. Just like Lord Buddha, he is none other than Vishnu Avatar. But he came to preach an atheistic philosophy. And he completely defeated all theists. And got everyone to worship him. But he never claimed to be God. He never even discussed God. So Krishna is doing like this. Work is worship. Don't worry for the temples or any of these other matters. Of course, later on, Krishna explains in Gita that this is all nonsense. That whatever work you do, Krishna said, should be done as an offering of love to me. Otherwise, anything you do is the cause of bondage. Bondage in the mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance must culminate in the repetition of birth and death. Therefore, Sri Krishna explains